A pleasant good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, the regional and international diaspora. A pleasant good morning as well, wherever you're listening to us from. Welcome to today's edition of Island Tea. It is just about 6 minutes after the hour of 8. It is June 4th. If you're celebrating your birthday, remember, eat your cake, enjoy your day, and whatever you do, exercise tomorrow or today. It's up to you. For those of you graduating, celebrating a promotion, an accomplishment, a raise, have an enjoyable celebration as well. And, a new baby? Okay, Biff say if you got a new baby, congratulations. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And for those of you who mourn, we continue to extend our sympathies and empathies on behalf of the Island Tea team and the entire WinFM family. Just to remind you, we are on your FM dial at 98.9. We're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Our local number is 466-0989 in the U.S., 1-305-921-4619, or 1-718-285-6984 in the U.K., 0333-440065. Biff, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Hortensia. I am blessed, highly favored, and giving thanks. What about you, my dear?
I am trying to be 1% better than I was yesterday. I'm trying every day to do that.
Well, you look like you're at least 2%.
All right.
Better than yesterday. Your target was 1%, and you've surpassed that 100%.
Oh, okay. That is nice to know. That is good to know. As we begin today's program, I just wanted to say congratulations to all our locals who have done extraordinary things lately. So I want to say congratulations to Ms. Vanetta J. Smitten. She's the founder and CEO of Caribbean Scribbles Publishing, and I think she got second in an AI competition. Second place.
You say AI?
Yeah. And then there is to the ladies that are breaking the glass ceiling, the Honorable Margaret Prince Finlay was appointed to the courts. So congratulations to her. She's over there in Trinidad. I know our program reaches far and wide, so congratulations to her. And congratulations to two young men, KJ Simmons and Savvy K. I saw those two gentlemen are now in universities playing football, and they're going to rep St. Kitts all the way, although they're over there. St. Kitts Nevis, although they're over there, yes. Biff just corrected me. I forgot to include the entire federation. So as we continue along today, I don't know, Biff, do you remember Peebo Bryson? Is he the one that sang Stop the Rain from Falling? Baby, can't you stop the rain?
I don't know Stop the Rain from Falling, but he had a song, was it with Roberta Flack? He had a few songs I like. And it's very unfortunate that he has to go to the great beyond, but that's something we all have an appointment with.
Why you say unfortunate? That's
Such talent, a talented man.
But he lived a good life. He got his 3 score years plus 10 and then some.
Yes, that is true.
And he died of a stroke at the age of 75. He still look good. He still look good for 75. I know he didn't let himself go.
That's what I mean, unfortunate.
Yeah.
And stroke. We keep talking about stroke, and that is something that we have to be careful for. And if you permit me, remind those food vendors, caterers, to cut back on the salts and the sugars, because diabetes, and the strokes and high blood pressure and strokes.
But is it only the persons that are cooking we have to ask to cut back? We have to exercise and do what we need to do to keep ourselves up and running. Quite agree, our bodies were not meant to stay on the earth forever, because here in St. Kitts, I think we have about 9, but St. Kitts Nevis, we have about 9 centenarians, and most of them are women. If my mind does not deceive me, I think we only have 1 gentleman in the bunch. We have 6 of them on Nevis.
That is not fair. You have something against us guys.
Who have something against you guys? The ladies just did something extraordinary and they're still here.
So we need to find out what you guys are doing.
So we have 6 on Nevis and we have 3 over here. So 2 ladies and 1 gentleman. And these centenarians are looking... are looking great. Well, or is it, wait, Lord Jesus, don't tell me I'm saying, I had this written down, because I know Mr. Griffin is a centenarian. I knew there was a centenarian, a gentleman that was in the Grange. I don't know if he's still alive. So maybe it is, maybe it is 722, Maybe we have two gentlemen in the mix. Mm-hmm. Both the gentlemen are on St. Kitts and 6 centenarians are in Nevis. I wonder, am I mixing it up? I know Nevis has the most. So Nevis has 6. So for those of you listening, if you are hearing me, you can call and correct me. I had it written down, but I don't seem to have the paper here with me because Premier Brantley was making note that Nevis has the most centenarians. And I guess it's that Hot Springs that has all those centenarians over there because those folks believe in going and taking a dip.
That's the secret. That's the secret. I went in there once and it took me about 10 minutes to actually acclimatize. Okay. Put in my big toe and then a little piece more and then the instep. So at the end of it, when I was able to get in, it was like 10, 15 minutes after. But I think they have different temperatures.
Yeah, now. Boy. I tried one of the over easy ones, I would say. That thing had my heart skipping a serious beat. I came out and I went in the normal pool and I was fine. But the whole, I don't know how. I see people over there. Like one time I went there and I had to turn my face quickly because there was a gentleman there. He was just showing off his birthday suit and he was just in it, in one of the hot holes too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he must be accustomed. But let me tell you, when he came out and he had on his towel and everything, I said, oh, I see why you looking young. Because this is what you probably do every day. I didn't ask him any questions. No. But I figure it must be something in the hot springs over there.
And we lost some centenarians last year. And I don't know. We really need to cherish them.
Yeah.
My mom passed when she was 53.
Oh, okay.
And 53 is really young.
Yeah, that's young.
I'm 62. And that was back in 1986. And I still miss her today. And
wow.
So though you have persons 70s, 80s, 90s, the centenarians, love them up still. Love them because though they're that old, when they're gone. You're going to miss them and you're going to cry. And that's a part of life we cannot get accustomed to, in my view, cartency or death.
No, but we
just can't get accustomed to it.
I guess we just have to acclimatize because we know we're not here forever. Even I know I'm not here forever. I don't know when it's my time, but I don't know if I'm going to get to your age. I don't know if I'm going to become a centenarian. I don't know. I don't know of anybody in my family that's a centenarian. I know my dad hit 70, so he's got his 3 scores plus 10. You got your 3 scores, so let's see how much more you'll get. But we don't know, but we're not here for long, so we all have to die. That
is true.
That's the eventuality of life, and we just have
that
to
in common, no matter what part
exactly
of the world we're from.
No matter how poor, no matter how rich, no matter what you got more than me, we all going to the same
no matter
ground.
how rich, and we're going with nothing.
Absolutely not. And this is my thing, we up here fighting for everything, even style, and we go in without style because we don't know what they're going to put us in. We don't know how bad our makeup going to look because that's our last makeup. We don't know a thing. All we know is that we must die because we're not going to know who's going to come. We're not going to know who's going to give us what type of read. We're not going to know anything. We're not going to hear the songs they're singing. We're not going to hear the tributes they're saying. So let's just live and be humble, and so that when they do say the tributes, they're saying good things about you and not that you were miserable and blah, blah, blah. You weren't kind.
We won't know who come to the funeral
exactly.
and who didn't come and who wore what and all the things.
Yep.
And we don't even know if they're going to bury us.
Or burn us up.
Yes, we don't. We don't
know anything.
Well, even if you leave specific instructions, I want to be cremated, you have no guarantee that they'll honor that.
Boy, if burial turn out to be cheaper, you're getting buried.
You might say, I want to be buried in a tomb. You don't know if they're going to do that.
Boy,
you don't know anything.
Exactly.
But it's important for us to live and enjoy the moment and live with each other. And if you know somebody is ailing and you know somebody is going, it's just that you may not know. When you may know it within a month or 6 months. And when the person goes, it's really a shock, traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind if you're seeing somebody and next thing you hear, boy, I saw this person yesterday and the person
now,
gone.
yeah.
Pop, just like that.
Or today I saw the person, then you hear late in the day,
Mm-hmm.
the person, excuse me, the person is not here anymore.
And case in point, the late Dennis Richards it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, but at the end of the day, no matter who we know, and we are flesh and blood and bones, and we got to love each other. And but going back to Peter Bryson, and he had some big tunes, you know, Cartensa. If ever you're in my arms again, that was one, and I like that. And A Whole New World.
So who sang?
Theme from Aladdin.
Okay.
And he had a song with Roberta Flack, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, that's him again.
Silly Indian, Can You Stop the Rain? The Closer I Get to You, Patti LaBelle.
Because that's the one song I remember from him. The Closer I Get to You. Wow. That one?
You should forget about Island Tea and go into the music.
Not at all. That's too much rigmaroles. No.
Can You Stop the Rain?
Mm-hmm. That's the one I was singing earlier. Because I remember that growing up as a child in Ghana, you heard that song.
Chantel, I'm So Into You.
Chantel, I don't.
So Reaching for the Sky, All My Love. Tonight I Celebrate My Love for You.
Yes, I know that one. Yeah.
Guess what? That's with Roberta Flack.
Yeah, because I remember the lady's voice, but I couldn't tell you who it was if you didn't say the name.
And guess where I first heard this song? I give you 100 guesses.
Well, we don't have time for 100. So, tonight. Which one? Tonight I Celebrate?
I heard it in Guyana.
Oh, for real?
I was in Guyana in 1983 at the Guy Telco. Mm-hmm. Training to become a telephone technician. Mm-hmm. And was it Belvedere? You had a club there called Belvedere, I think it is. You had a few of them in the Georgetown region. I used to like Belvedere. It was in a hotel. Mm-hmm. And they had like 3 or 4 dance floors in there.
Okay.
First time I'm really traveling and first time I'm seeing that. So it blew me away. Mm-hmm. And I like the music.
And they still play those old tunes in GT, you know? Mm-hmm. The last time I went home, last year when we went home, and it was just straight old tunes, and we were like, wow, just reminiscing and feeling like we're really, really home because we're hearing all the old tunes.
If ever you're in my arms again, give some time with Natalie Cole, Closer Than Close, with you. Without you, Regina Bell, Feel the Fire, Make the World Stand Still, Roberta Flack. We don't have to talk about love. Well, I don't agree with him about that, but anyway, minute by minute, and his songs go on and on. What You Won't Do for Love, that one was with Natalie Cole. We mentioned A Whole New World with Regina Bell.
Yeah.
I Can Make It Better. And most times when these performances go, you know, as much sales they generated when they were alive, they have a tendency of generating more sales after they're gone.
Exactly.
Persons want to feel attached and have that memory, etc., etc. But condolences to the music industry, his family, and friends, colleagues, and to all who actually being bereaved. And talking about that, we know King Elimat, his funeral is next week, Thursday, 12 p.m. at the Newtown Playing Field. The service starts at 1. That's the Newtown Playing Field. And I don't know if you've ever heard about Seymour Tally Davis. He was from McKnight. And I saw a piece, the Sandy Pointer who was born in McKnight. Serious, that is the name of the piece, the Sandy Pointer who was born in McKnight.
So his parents are from Sandy Point?
No. What happened, he spent most of his teaching career and maybe most of his life at Sandy Point, teaching at Sandy Point High School.
Oh.
He was from McKnight. I think he taught at Keon High.
Because they say he was born in Fines Avenue, McKnight.
Yes, he was born in Bastia. That is why they said the Sandy Pointer who was born in Bastia.
Okay.
But he was more Sandy Pointer than a lot of us, you know. No, serious cartons.
You Sandy Pointers.
No, he was more Sandy Pointers. Sandy Pointer.
Oh, he's left us.
Yes.
Oh, I'm now seeing all of that I Google who Seymour Tally. You know my fingers are quick.
Yeah, and He's going to be buried next week, Wednesday,
Okay.
at the Antioch Baptist Church. I think it's at 1 p.m.
Okay.
He taught me general science in second form. I went to Sandy Point High School in 1976. So in 1977, he taught me general science in second form. And when I left Sandy Point High in 1981, I went back to teach at Sandy Point High School. And I also taught general science.
Okay.
So from a student to a colleague, and I taught there for 2 years. And he make me get licks, Hortensia.
How he make you get licks where? Whilst you were a student?
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember him for those things among others. Well, I wouldn't say he make me get licks. I think I was a little disgusting, mischievous. And in those days, our mischief and how disgusting we were, it was sort of pleasant. We never gained in any trouble. And I remember this day I came back from lunch. I live Crabbill, maybe a quarter mile, so we'll go home and come back. And I was passing in front of the lab. I was a little behind, and a young lady passed in front of the lab. I remember the young lady. She was a top greenhouse at least. He was the greenhouse man.
Okay.
And she screamed out. And when she was running, she ran past. So by the time he came out, he saw me. And he told me, because of the scream, I'm not to behave like that. I must come to detention this afternoon. And I tried to explain to him, well, hey, it wasn't me. And I knew the lady, and I called the lady's name. And she was one of his star athletes in greenhouse. And I didn't do a good job convincing him it wasn't me.
So didn't you ask him to call her to be your star witness?
I did everything to try and convince him it wasn't me, including that. And he said, come to detention this afternoon. And Cartin said I didn't go to detention.
Oh, okay.
Next morning, I'm in class. Troy, report to the office, please. I went down and I get some strokes for failing to come to detention.
Being disobedient to your teacher. He told you to come to detention. That would have been better than lashes.
Up to this day. And I hope I have an opportunity to say something at the funeral.
Okay.
And that's one of the things I'm going to say, actually.
Okay. And I see he wrote a book, The Night I Knew.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the stairs that the person almost drove down, because that's the cover of the book by Seymour Tally Davis. And I know Seymour Williams from Island Otto. I wonder if this is where he got his name from, too.
I know Seymour Williams as well from Otto. He played for Blackburns. And but I don't know. But Tally also he was a DJ. And he was into recording music way back when. And we're talking in the 70s.
Okay.
And he had a compilation of songs, Kitchen Soft Tunes or something like that, a CD. And when we used to have house fits, I was in Red House while I was going Sandy Point High. He was the greenhouse house master, and he playing the music. And everybody, all the students used to leave our houses. That time, all the houses had house fets. And this was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like 1 to 3. And we used to leave our fets and badge the greenhouse fets because he had the music, he had everything.
So it's obvious your music wasn't good.
Yeah, he's the man. So, but he was a great guy. He did a lot for Sandy Point, and especially Sandy Point athletics. Hundreds of children he would have touched their lives. Maybe he might even be in 1,000 because he taught at Sandy Point High for quite a few years. I don't remember when he left. And when he left, he went to CVI. He then taught, when he left UVI, he taught at the Charlotte and Marley High School, or Adelita Crankine.
I'm not sure of the high schools in St. Thomas.
And things. He's a tremendous loss. Another thing I remember about him, if you permit me, Cartensia, he was the house master for Greenhouse. And when all the feeder schools for Sandy Point had sports day, Newton Primary School, St. Paul's Primary School, Dieppe Primary School, and in some cases, Vorchel's Primary School, he goes to these sports days religiously, and he write down everybody, the top 3, 4 athletes, and all of them. And when they come to Sandy Point High, he tried to get them coming to Greenhouse to strengthen Greenhouse.
Oh, so he was a local scout.
Yes.
Okay.
And perhaps before scouting became a thing.
Yeah.
and the greenhouse would have won most than many. And some persons used to be vexed with him, but that's the interest he had. And he is credited to be one of the persons who actually, how should I put this? Let me say loosely, started into high school. Why? When he was at Sandy Point High, his friend Virgil Williams who was an athlete as well, taught at Keon High. And there was another gentleman, I think it is the late Hudson Ross, who was into sports as well, who taught at Barstay High. And as the three of them were friends, they probably had bragging who schooled better than who and who got better athletes. So one year, they organized a track and field event between those three schools. And the other schools got jealous and they wanted a part of the action. So the next year, and this was like 1973, 74, 75, somewhere in there. And by the next year, I think it's 1976, we had the birth of the inter-high school championships.
Okay.
And he was a tremendous guy.
Okay.
So sorry to bore you.
So we have no. We learn things. I'm not bored. We learn things, new things every day in life. I saw the poster, but I didn't know the man, so I couldn't say much about the man. So I'm happy that you knew, so you could enlighten us who are listening and learning. As you said, the Sandy pointed I was born in McKnight. So I was like, oh, but now that you explained everything.
He was a Sandy Pointer who was born in McKnight.
I understand.
I think we benefited more from him in Sandy Point than in McKnight. But he did love McKnight. Bad.
Yeah, McKnight people are very proud people, you know.
Yeah.
They don't care what you say about McKnight. I think every parish in St. Kitts or every community in St. Kitts, their people are very proud. People from St. Peter's very proud. Sandy
Indeed.
Point, oh gosh, they can't help.
We are number one. We are the proudest. That's why we say SP
All
the best.
because they have a little town. Oh my gosh. People from Nevis too. Very proud to be from Nevis, and they're very proud to tell you which part they're from. Brooklyn, Barnesgut, listen.
Kodak Road.
Yeah.
Government Road.
Oh, listen.
Brown Hill.
They're just proud to tell you where they are from. So that's good. That everybody reps for their community. Newtown, you see Granny come on and everybody know she
Cleo from Connery.
Listen, she ain't care what nobody say about Connery. She's going to be a Connerarian for all her life.
And I know Greg is from down Middle Island. I don't know. Well, Welcome has said he's from Molyneux.
Molyneux, yeah. Everybody reps, trust me.
Well, where's Mr. McMahon from? I don't remember him.
I'm not sure.
I guess he clarified.
Mr. McMahon seemed like somebody from Bird Rock. But Mr. McMahon, I'm not giving out your business, though. Good morning. How are you doing today? Miss Henry, by the way, how are you, Miss Henry? It's been a while since I heard your voice. I hope you're doing well. And if you're a little under the weather, which I hope not, I hope you get better soon. It's been a while since we heard certain voices.
And at this time, hurricane season, one of the things, and the CMO, Dr. Laws, she was in a meeting. They had a meeting, and she attended, of course. And one of the areas of concern was the elderly. We may take the elderly for granted during hurricanes, but we need to make sure that they have supplies, they have resources, medicine, food, water. We're able to communicate with them because you don't want something to happen and weather hits and you can't go out to check them. And in some cases, some of them may be living alone, which you'll want to fix, maybe move them into elderly homes and things like that.
But with all of this said, right, we know it's hurricane season. Do we know in our various communities what centers we go to?
I haven't seen.
So the list is not out yet?
Yes.
And this is something I advocate for every year, you know. These lists should be out before June 1st.
Well, one thing I can tell you, the Prime Minister, who is the Minister of National Security, he met with his team on the 30th of May, 2 days before the hurricane season starts. I was in the...
You said the 30th?
Yeah, hurricane starts on the 1st.
All right, the 1st, yeah. 31st.
I've been in discussions, more arguments with some persons and saying that is okay. I am of the view that the persons are arguing that that is not the first meeting he would have had. I am of the view that we didn't hear anything about any other meeting, and the way governments operate, once they have these kind of meetings, they make a big issue about it. But if I were the Prime Minister and responsible for national security and hurricanes, I probably would have met in February, March with my committee because we have to lay out a strategy. Yes, we've been doing this every year, but one of the things we have to be able to do is look at our hurricane shelters. Are they in a position to host people? If they have to move out, they have to evacuate. And we had that last year. Some persons had to evacuate, and we didn't really have a hurricane per se. But what are the hurricane shelters? Having them properly labeled, inform the public. For your district, District 1, whatever it is, these are the 2, 3, 4, 5 hurricane shelters. You have to make sure that they are in name, and especially since most hurricane shelters are community centers, and they are used by groups like the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association. And last year, our boards were put out on the veranda. I won't get into that really, but you have to make sure they're available. And if you had to be using it, getting cots there from the defense force, whoever, how many cots do you have in the country, how do you stock it? These plans, review your plans, water, electricity, access. Who are the district managers? I remember about 2-3 years ago, they did something wonderful. They had the pictures with the person. This is the manager for shelter district number 1, number 2, the contact number and contact information. Do you know your shelter manager?
No,
And where do you live?
Newtown.
So that's going to be probably District 1, because I think most of the districts are by constituencies, electoral constituencies. So perhaps, Cartensia, you need to ask around. I suspect Newtown Health Center is going to be a hurricane shelter, if it is the...
No, community center.
Yes.
Not the health center
no,
at all.
Well, the community... the community
center
center is housed next to... Forgive me, I'm from SP, where the best beer.
Oh my gosh. So
I'm a tongue man, I'm not a Bastarian.
Community center is next to the health center. I guess
yes,
that's
okay.
why you mixed it
Yes,
up. But yeah, I would like to believe the community center would be. I don't know what other place would be, but as I said, these things need to be out every year. Put them out at least,
reviewed.
before the 1st, or put it out on the 1st. Make sure you have everything together. So on the 1st, or maybe they might say, "Oh, it's on the website. You didn't look on the website." But I mean, not everybody have access to the
Especially
website.
elderly.
The elderly, exactly. So we need to have these things out at least by the 1st of June. We out. We talking hurricane. We saying where all the shelters are around the Federation, and so everybody knows where they go. Should something happen, we know we're supposed to be putting up our sardines or tuna or biscuits or whatever since the year began or since the previous year. We're supposed to have our airtight container to put in our documents or have our plastic seals to put in our documents. We know we're supposed to have a bag packed and ready just in case we need to go to the shelter if our houses don't hold up. We know we're supposed to check our roof.
Animals.
I know, Dominic comes and talk about our roof. Our shutters, our animals. We just have to have preparedness.
The elderly.
Yeah.
And another thing, an active committee, NEMA committee in the districts. Do you have persons on the list for the last 30 years but not operating? Do you have elections? Because each community, they have their own district elections. The chairman for the Sandy Point branch, he has been the chairman for the last 20-something years, I believe. I asked questions about those, and they weren't taken too kindly. And there's a situation where the chairman, a gentleman, he's the chairman of the committee, and his wife is the secretary of the same committee. I admire the willingness and the volunteerism. I am not sure that lends itself to the best levels of transparency, and especially when districts are given products to distribute with the elderly, etc., etc. I don't believe in that. I spoke about it, and I was considered an enemy of the state, but I don't know. Well, actually, we got a message from someone who listens, who said, "Talk the truth, talk the way you see things, and we're going to play it. We're going to play it in sometime, maybe tomorrow, God's spear." And the truth is not a lie. And some people are offended by the truth, unfortunately. And I don't believe this, from my knowledge, I don't believe this committee has had elections for quite a few years. And this is where the NEMA main branch come in, not trying to impose on these districts, but the districts represent them. And the districts are a reflection of NEMA. So, and we know Abdi Samuel, he's no longer the man in charge of NEMA. And we are trying to get NEMA on the program, as you're aware, Cartencia. And I guess they're busy as we're trying to get other government departments and other entities. And
yes, they're getting everything together for the season.
Yes.
But we are supposed to have a below average season, though. I'm hoping we have no season at all, but yeah.
And below average, yeah, remember sometimes they amend the projections in it. And Greg may not like to hear this, but the projections, how many hurricanes, how many category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, sometimes it may go up, sometimes it may come down. But whatever it is, we have to prepare Cartencia. And before we go to a break, I don't know if you're aware that nominations are out for the national awards, according to the St. Kitts and the Nevis SKNIS. Yes, they're invited nominations out for national awards, national hero, CSM, what have you. So Burl, I know he has been talking about Elimat and national hero, and Kim Collins and El Comito Willett.
Yep.
And whoever, I don't know if he's found a lady as yet to nominate, that is, for national hero.
Where, in Nevis?
In St. Kitts or Nevis.
Oh, okay.
Because he has been arguing at this time that we get a female, which makes sense. But this is the time, well, we should have been doing our research before. So now that it is open, we should have been in a position to say, okay, I am going to nominate Cartencia for a Medal of Honor or Companion of the Star of Merit or a national hero. And I think there are 1 or 2 other awards. And obviously we're trying to get the person from the Prime Minister's office to talk about that and remind us how we go about it. No doubt you go on site. But at the end of the day, Cartencia, nothing beats good old radio, old-fashioned radio. There was a song by the Louvin Brothers, Turn Your Radio On. You know it?
No. I think maybe I do, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
Turn Your Radio On and Louvin Brothers. Oh boy, every Sunday afternoon, that was the theme song for Radio Paradise, etc. But anyway, Cartencia.
I see Turn Your Radio On, but I see that one by Ray Stevens, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, I think it was the Louvin Brothers.
Okay. Go ahead. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning to everybody.
Morning.
And yes, and greetings once more in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners from their sins and from hell, through faith only, by the gospel only, in Jesus only, according to the Bible only. And I would also like to say we need to become a republic and get out the British Commonwealth as quickly as possible. Now, I was speaking a little earlier about death and that sort of stuff, and you don't know how you're going to die and that sort of stuff. But what I would like to say concerning that, if you die not being a true Christian, you're going to go to hell. And if you die being a true Christian, you're going to end up in heaven for all eternity. And that is what matters most of all, above all else. Now, there's another issue that I would like to speak about. I don't know if you all mentioned it. I was listening on and off because I got engaged with something while you all was speaking. So I listened on and off. Now, the issue is this. I saw on Bucky WhatsApp media thing, and there's an article on his site and his WhatsApp channel, whatever it is referred to. And the article says, government confirms no authorization for increase in price of basic bread.
I saw that too.
No.
Yeah, I just saw something like that, I think on Facebook.
Okay, yes.
But not from
And
Bucky,
not
just on
only-
Facebook.
Not only that, but since then this morning, I saw a video of the Prime Minister. I see a clip of a video, let me put it this way, of the Prime Minister addressing that issue as well. I think it was in Freedom Radio. The environment looked like Freedom Radio.
It is.
Now, yes. Now, let me say this. Just like yesterday, when we were speaking about government engaging carnival and that sort of stuff. And above all this, those are not part of the government. Those are not part of the Bible delegation to government as to their duties. So when government engage in carnival, music festival, culturama, and all those sort of stuff, they're really going against what the Bible teaches, that the Bible has delegated to them as their governmental duties and authority, and so on. And likewise, when it comes to price control and all those sort of stuff, likewise, those are not the God-given duties and authorization to government, for government to be engaged in these things. So when government engage in price control, be it bread or whatever else, they're actually doing something that is contrary to the Bible. Okay? And when you go contrary to the Bible, you always lose in the end. Because what price control have shown to have done, accomplish many negative things. For example, like I said before, black market, low quality, unemployment, that sort of stuff. Because something going to have to give. Because God runs, one of the laws that God runs his creation on is the law of supply and demand. And so you cannot go against that biblical law, the way God runs his creation, and win. You're going to lose. And you're going to hurt people more than you help them. I remember one time, I think it was during the Douglas administration, when the government had implemented a price control on bread. And one of the bakeries...
Sorry, Greg. Could I dig in there? I think the price control on bread has been in place since before the Douglas administration. I think that has been one of the things way back when. You as a baker, you just can't decide to carry up your bread from $1 to $1.25 or $1.10. It has to be a government thing. So it was implemented under Dr. Douglas as Prime Minister.
It was before his time, isn't it?
Yes. It was before his time.
Yes, it was before his time. But I'm saying that I think it was under his government where things were going up for inflation and bread as well, and they had implement price control thing. I think it was Douglas. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was under his government. And one bakery decided, okay, something has to give. So they start baking, or had planned to start baking milk bread for the price control price. So that is what I'm saying. You do things contrary to the Bible.
But Greg, I told you this world doesn't run according to the Bible. So we can't expect to have Bible outcomes when it is not run according to the Bible.
Well, the problem is that you don't continue in that vein. You do things contrary to the Bible. You don't expect, well, okay, things ain't going to the Bible, so let me implement this biblical principle to help solve it. No. You're going to just make it worse. The biblical way to go is really and truly voluntary taxation, a free market capitalist economy, and government sticking to its biblical duties.
I know some people like to say don't make comparisons to bigger countries because we're not that big. But in Singapore and those countries, that's what they have?
Is that what they have?
Yeah. Those measures that you normally mention.
Yeah, I do not know if they have price control, but what I do know is that the economy is freer than ours. The economy is more free market capitalist that in comparison to ours. And that's one of the reasons why the standard of living is so high, because when you check out the UN Human Development Index.
30 more seconds, please, Greg. We have another call.
Yes. You find that those to the top are those who are closer, relatively speaking, comparatively speaking, are closer to doing things the biblical way, and those to the bottom of the list are those who are furthest away from doing things the biblical way. Just to show you
Okay,
how
wrap
much
up for us,
it is
please,
a
Greg.
blessing to go the Bible way. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Only the Bible has all the answers. God bless you all.
All right, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I've never heard of voluntary taxation in my life. That's a new one for me. Who volunteers to pay tax?
Who volunteers to pay tax?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe it's a new philosophy and new concept, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
Then nobody would pay taxes, ain't Mr. McMahon?
Exactly.
And I think in the Bible, didn't Mary and Joseph have to leave from where they were living? Bethlehem, and had to go to Judah or something to pay their taxes?
Wasn't Jesus born in Bethlehem? They didn't live in Bethlehem.
Well, they had to go. They weren't living. They probably left Bethlehem and went some places, but at this time they had to pay taxes.
And that's my whole thing, because the Bible clearly says, give unto Caesar what's due unto Caesar, right?
Yeah. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just to clear up something.
Yeah.
First of all, maybe you all have to dust off your. This is a paid political broadcast, or the views expressed are not necessarily those of winnfm, etc. Because it looks as if election season is just about here, right? I listened to the Prime Minister and the Infrastructure Minister speaking yesterday, and to the Prime Minister's credit, he openly announced that it's a political broadcast because the announcer didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I also want to clear up, I think I heard you yesterday say you thought I was an economist. I'm not. Okay? I think that came about, you might have thought so because a real economist, perhaps facetiously, frivolously or sarcastically, whichever one, referred to me as an economist, but I'm not. Okay?
Sorry, before you continue, thank you very much for the connection, but my comment was based on the fact that, in my view, you seem very knowledgeable about economy and spending and etc. So I thought that was your field of profession.
Far from it, I'm no expert. I'm just, I just use common sense, apply common sense to a lot of things.
Okay, and you do a good job, sir.
That's all.
And before you continue, we had a talk about, and unfortunately, we have to go to a break, so you have a few seconds, sorry.
Okay.
Some persons about patriotism and their community, and we couldn't put a finger on the pulse on which community you're a part of. I don't know if you might enlighten us.
What's that?
We had a discussion this morning about persons from SP with the best be being very patriotic, and to SP and Charlestown, and like Ball is from Cotton Ground, I think. So, but we couldn't place a figure on where you're from. So I'm wondering if it's from SP with the best be.
I was born in St. Johnson's Village.
Oh, okay. So you're a villageite.
Right, exactly.
Champsville.
Okay, all right. That's my boy, and not at the hospital either. Okay.
At home.
Those days, yes.
Okay.
So I was actually born in the same spot where Sam Condor, when he ran for last time he ran for political office.
Oh, okay.
His what you call it, campaign headquarters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the exact spot where he was born.
Oh, okay.
So yes, but over the years, family moved from place to place until. So I can claim to be a villager. Can claim because it was in Buckley site as well.
Okay.
And Westbourne got so Greenlands, the Nippon site. I'm now living at Frigate Bay. So I can claim a lot of different communities.
Oh, okay. You've lived all around the Federation.
Yes, exactly.
Of St. Kitts.
Exactly.
Okay.
And have roots in Nevis as well.
Oh, okay. You go on with your bad self.
Yeah, I think I'm well thinking. But once you're done with that program, I just wanted to, I'll probably call back because I also, there was also an issue with the minister yesterday that I wanted to clarify as well, because he was also of the opinion that I was some expert in other areas, which I'm not either.
Okay.
Again, I was just applying common sense stuff. So once we're done, I'll probably call back.
Okay, thanks a lot. We appreciate
All
that,
right.
sir.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon, and nice hearing you. All right, so we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
The new Vita Malt bottle is here, and it's returnable. So don't throw it away, bring it back for cash. Return your empties to your local Carib Brewery Depot and distribution trucks in St. Kitts and Nevis. Vita Malt. Enjoy it. Return it. Let's keep St. Kitts and Nevis clean.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Blue Tag Special.
Running May 28th to June 10th.
IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, just $2.99. Juicy Juice, $13.99. Langus Cranberry Juice Cocktails, $11.99. Lay's Stack Chips, $8.99. Country Crock Margarine, $11.99. And Culinary Circle Pizza, just $24.99. And now,
our value deals. Essential Everyday Cornflakes, $9.99. Nabisco Chips Ahoy Cookies, $17.99. Almond Deodorant, $8.99. The Colgate Toothpaste, $6.99. Essential Everyday Salad Dressing, $10.99. Essential Everyday Peanuts, $8.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Campari, Red Passion. Embrace the mix.
Campari Red Passion, full action, this is Red Passion. Embrace the mix, add Campari, make it turn and twist. Add your chaser in your drink. Campari Red Passion, make the nicest mix. Campari!
Campari Red Passion. Embrace the mix. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building depot. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building depot.
People of St. Kitts and Nevis, check out the Fresh Anointing Revival Services with Prophet Evans Burning, June 7th to the 12th at the Kuno Conference Center, hosted by Divine Proofs International Center Ministries. On Sunday, 4 p.m., Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. daily. For more information, call 664-1694. So join Prophet Evans Burning for Fresh Anointing Revival Services, June 7th to the 12th at the Kuno Conference Center. Don't miss your blessing. Don't miss your fresh anointing.
My faith knew my heart is wrong.
we're back on Island T, just about 4 minutes before the hour of 9. And on the regional scene, I see from CMV television over there in Jamaica that policeman will be charged, yes, with the murder in the shooting death of 45-year-old Latoya Bulgin. So we, as I would have mentioned before, I see a lot of incidents happening in Jamaica with civilians and the police. And as I told you about the two young men, did I say man? I apologize. The two young men that were probably involved in the altercation and shootout with the police, they were killed. And as I told you, how they threw their bodies into the pickup like bag of potatoes or like discarded rubbish. Yeah, although they were indifferent people, I think they should have still put their bodies up with some kind of dignity.
Respectability. And Cleo and Gwen spoke about that. And speaking about police officers charged, the police officer here in St. Kitts, I think he has to pay, is it $30,000, some sort of monies.
Wow. And this is regarding what?
I think I looked for it. And as we mentioned yesterday, we didn't get to play the clip about the
gentlemen in Turks and Caicos. Yeah, it's 3 of them. Boy, don't accept bribes.
And it is good when persons are not allowed above the law. But the thing about it, the law should be for me, for you, for everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Not some. I always say all of us are equal, but some persons are more equal than others because of the special treatment they get.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a good thing that the people protested. I believe if the people never protest, nothing would have come of it.
You mean in Jamaica?
Yeah.
I'm even seeing that he tried to get bail, and another article just popped up that say he was denied it.
Good. It's a good thing that people protest. Because, I mean, good. Because, I mean, blatantly, it's something they've been doing, just gunning down people and then throwing them in the back of the vehicle like trash.
Yeah.
But did you see the video where they're destroying the people's stuff on the side?
Yeah, I just saw that too. I mean, they shoved the man so hard, eh?
I mean, give me a break. If the people making an honest living, as hard as life is, and when you turn on social media, all you see them on there is begging, always begging. So some people trying to make an honest living. Why destroy that stuff?
But even if they're moving, even if you're moving them, Cleo, move them with dignity as well.
Exactly. Even if you don't want them, why destroy their stuff? Why not just have them take up their stuff and move? I mean, literally destroying food, destroying the people's property. I mean, come on. How heartless can you be? Look, to me, they're just thugs with a badge. Legalized thugs.
Yep. That's exactly what they are sometimes, because...
That's what they are.
I can't...
Legalized thugs.
Oh, boy.
You go on social media every day, or you see them on there begging. The houses, I never... In my wildest dreams, some of the houses the people live in. Come on, leave the people alone if they're making an honest living.
Yep.
The government, since the government don't got a job to give them, the government should be glad that they try to make
a dollar. And they're not begging them.
Make no sense.
Robbing people.
Exactly, make no sense. Come on, baby. Anyway, I'm going to come out so somebody to come on. And yes, again, proud Connery, born Spot Street, but grew up in Connery. And the thing about Connery, a lot of people forget that the dump didn't start in Connery, you know. And everybody bring their garbage over by us and then want to call us down.
Where was the original dump?
I think it was in Uphands.
Oh, you mean where they have the landfill?
Yeah, I think up in Ponds it used to be.
Okay.
Everybody forget that it didn't start in Canary. Everybody bring their garbage over there and then won't call us down.
Yeah, because remember the dump was supposed to be moved if a certain politician had gotten into power, but I was wondering where that dump was going to be relocated to. And I don't mean it in a bad way, because where it is, it's kind of okay. Or it is okay. And I don't find it should bring down the community, but where would we take that and put it now? Over in St. Paul's? Where?
Maybe we should kite over there.
No, I'm just looking at putting it in the back, like, away from the sight of persons. That's my thing.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody put the stigma on Connery growing up, or we live on the dump.
Yeah,
no,
from
you forget
Connery
y'all
dump.
bring y'all garbage over by us. You know, we didn't call you, we didn't invite your garbage. You bring your garbage.
Exactly.
And they call us down throughout the years. But I'm gonna stand proud, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have Connery to carry your garbage, I mean your yard is gonna full of them.
Exactly. It has
Like
to be
I
thrown
said,
somewhere. Yep. It had to be thrown somewhere. Because in Ghana, we normally burn our trash in the back of our yard close to the trench. So if anything happened, we close to the water to out it. Because where we lived, I don't remember having garbage trucks.
We don't have no trench, none of that to burn garbage in Basti and nowhere else. So you have to go somewhere else. If they didn't want it staying ponds, they bring it Connery. And that is why I always say Connery people, when it comes to medical, they should, especially with all this cancer on the rise, they should be compensated because we're breathing in everybody's toxic waste, toxic garbage. That's why you wonder where all this cancer and stuff coming from. We breathe in all that mess. So Connery people should be getting some compensation. I'm gonna go off the radio.
All right. Thank you, Cleo. You're welcome. Thank you for your contribution. But yeah, that's not the first time I heard someone say that though.
Say what?
That the people should get some compensation if they get sick.
But I'm here thinking what Cleo said about getting cancer. Was that a study done any time in St. Kitts to find out persons who have cancer, where they are located, and if by chance the greater percentage of persons that they are coming from Connery, I don't know, because of that dump and the toxic and whatever, I mean, the burning. But there's a saying, Carter say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Because there are some persons who religiously, well, I don't know if it happens now, but they used to go at the dump and they find things there because something might be broken and you throw it away and get a new one. And with me, I might go and look at it and be able to fix it, and it's a tremendous thing. And vehicles as well. Some personal mechanics go over there and get parts from vehicles that are dumped. I said I don't know if it happens now.
I'm sure people still dumpster dive.
And
well, not dump dive.
And think about it. In Fiji, there's a big debate, argument going on right now because an Australian millionaire, he wants to put up a plant in Fiji that could generate accept 900,000 tons of garbage per year and use that garbage to turn it into electricity. And Fiji people are saying, why not? We're a tourism destination, and that monstrous of a building and facility and factory, it's going to affect us. We don't want here. So it begs the question, development, tourism, advancement, where do you draw a line?
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Yes, I totally agree that Connery plant was badly located from the beginning because the prevailing winds will just blow everything across to Bastille. And what you're talking about with cancer, I could say the same thing about one of the places I lived, New Pond site, where we were directly right under the factory chimney. And the amount of, and you know that those days, the factory used a lot of asbestos and so on.
Yes.
So it would be interesting, as Biff said, to look at cancer rates in certain areas and see if there's a correlation between that. Yeah. But of course, where to put the dump.
Yeah, where?
Yeah. Really and truly, it should be on the eastern side of the the western side of the island.
That's in the country, like I mentioned before?
We've expanded West Bastille so much that, it's gone all across, But over there, initially, probably would have been the better place because the prevailing winds would have blown it off the sea.
Yeah.
So everything off the sea.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But, you know, and the thing is, you know, it's right next to the airport. When you take off, or come
But it
into
kind of
that,
looked neater than when I first moved here, you know, because when I moved there, you could actually see the
there's
garbage,
nothing
the
neat about the
landfill.
dump. Sorry.
It looks
You know,
neater, Mr. McMahon. You don't find
there
out that
is
it's a landfill and not really a
nothing
dump.
about a dump, especially at so close to your gateway. Nothing. Sorry.
I know, but it's a little nicer. The next time I take off, I have to look. I never really, but I remember taking off and it not looking dumpy.
But you can't miss the piles of garbage, and that's what I'm saying.
But it's mixed in, so it looks, you can see that it's garbage, but because it's smoothed down and stuff, you don't find? No?
Okay, you can just garbage up all you want, but it's still garbage.
More palatable garbage. Mr. McMahon, is it more palatable garbage?
Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh.
What I was going to say is that the minister of infrastructure was on, and he was basically challenging me to come up with better ideas for water, to solve our water problem. The point I was making when I called in there was that Nevis has solved its problem, and we should have taken a closer look at how Nevis did it.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be no expert or nothing like that, even though I have some ideas of my own which are contrary, because the main thing is desalination, the buzzword now, is extremely expensive okay, to maintain. So you could look for some kind of increase in your bills at some point down the road to pay for it. So if you could avoid that, sure, have some desalination because it's very reliable and so on. But if you could avoid it, that being the only solution, by all means. So he invited me to come and speak to him. I will absolutely do that because there are other things in which I think this should be attended to, which are not, and then use the opportunity. And I'll report back to Freedom. Sorry, to WinFM.
Okay.
Okay, because you know there are some issues really that need to be addressed, which I don't think are being addressed by that ministry, other ministries as well. But since I'd used the opportunity, since I was invited to go there, okay, and talk to him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for that. Yes, we should have really taken a page because Premier Brantley doesn't hesitate to boast that people, his constituents and his island of Nevis has water 24/7. He does not hesitate to boast on the advancements.
And we didn't have water again last night in Sandy Point, the third night, I think, for this week. Third or fourth night. It used to be one night, and my daughter-in-law reminded me it was Tuesday nights. But now it was Sunday, Tuesday, last night. I think we had water Wednesday. We didn't have Tuesday.
Oh, boy.
So I got to get buckets of water there. So when I get home at night,
least you could grab a shower.
After hosting On the Ball on Tuesdays, which finished at 9, and producing Lavi's show, Real Talk on Wednesdays, that finishes at 9. I have to head home and hustle home and then use buckets of water and things like that. And
but you see, I understand the water situation, but I think we got spoiled because back in our day we had to use a bucket of water.
Yes, that is true. And that...
Not wanting to put people backward, so let me clarify that. But I mean, to be prepared, we were prepared. We had everything full up. That was part of our chores.
But water used to basically go only when a lot of rainfall and hurricane come. Well, it never used to go. It used to be running dirty.
I guess because of the mixing. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Yeah, good morning, Good morning, Biff.
Good morning.
Good morning, Burl.
Yeah, straight to what I'm interested in. I saw there was an online source reporting what's happening in St. Kitts Nevis. An online source reporting that the Premier and the Prime Minister had a meeting. That's what I'm interested in at this point. So the question is now, did Brantley force you to meet with him? It seems like he met that 7-day deadline because that meeting took place Tuesday of this week.
But Mr. Brantley had a show last night. I didn't hear him say anything about, he just said it was productive.
They Cortense, they don't want to bring the transparency. What I'm saying is they had a meeting.
Yes,
so,
it's out.
You know, it's only fair that if they had a meeting, definitely they got to be discussing the affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis. That's the only reason why they should meet. And the general public is yearning for the information and the transparency and the good governance. Man, the people elected these guys to represent the country. And if they continually try to operate in secrecy, the electorate's got to look at that. So I'm going to cut it short. I know Dr. Drew, the Prime Minister, normally have a round table. I don't know when is the next one scheduled for.
Not on mountains.
The hard questions got to be asked. We have to find out what took place in that meeting.
You can ask the hard questions, but will you get the answer for the hard question?
Will you get a soft answer if an answer?
What soft answer? A bit around the bush with everything else but the answer.
Because guess what? That's what Carter said. I coined the phrase slide wine. Just slide wine around the questions every time.
Yeah.
But the public is yearning for that information, and destiny is on the minds of the people. We want to know if Dr. Drew signed off on destiny on Tuesday. We want to know what took place in that meeting, not only on the Destiny project, but remember, Nevis have some other burning issues.
So let me be the devil's advocate and ask this question. What if he did sign off, and what if the project is going to come into fruition? What then do the opposers to this project do?
Well, I don't know what the people are going to do, but I just want the information if he signed off or he didn't. That's what I want. I don't care about some of the other stuff, because the people had the chance to go in the street and protest, and they failed to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say thanks to Cleo for highlighting Jamaica, the incident in Jamaica with that police officer, and how the people there protested and they got results.
But they protested, they got results, but then someone else still died, because this young lady that was killed, she was protesting the killing of her cousin.
Yeah, but when you go in the street and protest, you do get results. The people in St. Kitts and Nevis, like they don't have the courage to do such. But the people want the transparency, and that's what I'm asking for from the Premier and the Prime Minister.
Okay.
But the other issues in Nevis, and I'll get off real quickly, just remember, in Nevis, we're just not talking about the Destiny project alone. The issues over there are like the extension on the hospital, geothermal, and the extension of the Vance Amri International Airport. And we got to find out what these discussions were about. And big up to the Knicks for that win last night. And lastly, there's a case that was in South Carolina that's drawing attention right now. A young black teenage boy, 14 years old. I think his name is Cyrus. He was gunned down by a store owner, when he was fleeing the store. The store owner accused him of stealing something. But the guy was running away from the store, and the store owner shot that kid in the back and killed him. Wow. And a jury set that gentleman free. And that case is going to draw some attention. And here we go again. Trayvon Martin all over again. Mike Brown all over again. Juwana Brawley all over again. And all those persons who were killed unjustly in this country. Race relations and the injustices continue. And I'll leave it there, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you for your contributions.
Thank you, Paul.
Well.
I think I referenced that on Tuesday.
Okay.
When you were not here Tuesday. No. I think I referenced that where, and it was a mistaken thing. The guy wasn't shoplifting or anything. But even so, do you take a life because somebody's stealing something?
I know.
I mean,
he could have shot him in the foot or something. At least stop him. How
expensive is something that you're going to steal from a supermarket? $100, $500, I don't know, $1,000. So is a life worth it just $1,000, Cartencia? I think that is sad, and the jury let him off not guilty. Well, maybe there was some technicality in it. But in terms of Nevis, the Premier in his last press conference, he had an issue as well about the extension of the Vance Amri Airport. The federal government needs to sign off on something, and from what I understand, he was saying they're taking a little long to sign it off, and that is holding up the process. And they have monies already for the expansion of the airport to accommodate some direct flights from the U.S. And they're going to proceed with what they can do until the federal government gives approval for whatever to happen here in St. Kitts. And with that now, and like Paul is suggesting, is the relationship as cordial as it should be? Is Nevis getting its fair share, whatever fair share is? And I don't know. Nevis, I wouldn't go there. Let's take this call, Hortensia.
Caller, go ahead. You're live in ILNT. Good morning.
Yes, good day again. Now, let me quickly say this. I spoke on WinFM concerning two issues concerning the police here. Now, I'm not going to call names. One issue is a video purporting to show two officers and another person there who the video purports to show that they were beating a gentleman on the ground who was handcuffed at the time. I mean, hear nothing about that. You know, another one during another event, recent event, pushed a little girl. At least her body was a lot smaller compared to the officer. Pushed a girl and chuck her, whereas if that girl didn't have a firm grip on something and a trailer she was holding on to, she could have easily fell on the ground and fell under the wheel of the trailer. I mean, I think that shock answer was an abuse of the police power and should be held accountable and made accountable for that and answerable for it as well. Nothing, may hear nothing about that, but other people in that same event apologized for what they said to the officer, but nothing from the officer's side concerning the girl who he pushed and chucked.
Okay.
And we are quick to jump to defense of others in other countries, and that should be done. Nothing wrong with that. But what about our own? Because what is done to them today could be done to you, and may very well be done to us tomorrow.
So, to whose defense did we jump to in other countries?
No, conversation was just had concerning the police officer in Jamaica.
Yeah,
yeah,
but the conversation is that he is locked up without bail for shooting the lady to death.
Yes, but how ours are being made accountable and answerable?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you. Oh, I thought you meant we were picking up for the police.
Right.
No, we weren't doing that.
My interpretation.
No, we're not picking up for the police. We defending what was done in Jamaica, yes. But here now we are silent.
I think that the point. My interpretation is, Greg is saying that our media houses in St. Kitts and Nevis are not doing enough to
I understand what you're saying now.
Incidents in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Right.
That is his opinion. That is what I'm getting from him.
That is my opinion, because my opinion, if these two events are purported to be what I'm saying that they are very serious and very grievous.
Yeah. But Greg, don't you think the powers that be saw all those videos? Because those videos were circulating. Don't you think they saw them and they are probably dealing with the matter, but we don't know?
Of course, that's so crazy, but they're supposed to let us know. Hey,
nobody lets us know anything here.
Are you investigating them or not?
Okay.
But
Greg is saying communication.
You have a lot to do with us, with the citizens.
But do you think that it is the police that or the media that is investigating and following up in Jamaica why we know this? Do you actually think that the police is going to put out that one of their persons did this? Because now I sure they have to have this particular police in protective custody. Because to go inside there with these... Go ahead, Greg.
Is the media on the job with this Jamaica issue, which is good. But what about our issue? It's like these people are considered to be non-entities, so the media might just ignore these things. Anyway, that's one issue, but another issue quickly. Yes, God instructed us to pay taxes to whom taxes are owed. But at the same time, He did not give any instructions of what should be done to people who do not pay their taxes. Unlike other crimes like rape, stealing, and that sort of stuff, you read, for example, Exodus chapters 21 to 23, you see where He intended that some evils are to be treated as crime among human beings. And He showed you what they are because by giving...
When you didn't have money to pay your taxes back in the Bible days, tell me what happened to the persons.
When in the nation of Israel, when they had godly kings and that sort of stuff, and you didn't pay your taxes, nothing happened to you because God did not instruct any punishment. Nothing happened to you. No.
Sorry, Greg, because the Almighty didn't instruct any punishment, does that mean nothing happened to you?
Well, if anything happened to you, it was beyond the Bible, going beyond the Bible, which was sinful. Because 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6 said, do not go beyond what is written in the Bible. And we see in the Bible where government tended to go beyond what was written in the Bible. And that was sinful.
Greg, I keep telling you, this world ain't being run by no Bible. You know, both you and I know the devil in charge right now. God just looking out for His people.
The devil in charge because God said the whole earth and the fullness thereof is mine.
But Greg,
didn't say the devil.
I'm not certain how many persons. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. And your arguments, I'm not certain if you were to do a
But
poll.
they had punishments, though, when you didn't pay Caesar. I don't understand how Greg not acknowledging those.
You have a country without any price control. You have a country without any taxes. I'm not certain.
No, it was not without taxes. You're phrasing it wrong. It was voluntary taxation.
Voluntary taxation.
It wasn't.
It was not without taxes.
Greg,
how was it voluntary taxation, but you had to pay what was due to Caesar? How is that voluntary? You think those people back then that used to have to go out and fish and do all of that wanted to give Caesar their money?
Again, the Bible didn't tell us to go on what Caesar do. The Bible tells us to go on what God instructed.
But Greg,
God instructed.
But didn't the Pharisees try to trap Jesus when they were interviewing him? And that is when he made the comment, from what I'm remembering, give unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar's. The Pharisees and scribes.
Give unto God what is due unto God.
That is what he said, or didn't he say Caesar?
He said both.
Oh, okay. But the Pharisees were trying to get him to say, you shouldn't pay any taxes. That's what they wanted him to say, to find some way to incarcerate him. But that is when he made those statements. So what he's saying, well, boy, according to law, if you owe somebody, you're supposed to pay them.
And Paul said it in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, give taxes to whom taxes are due. But at the same time, the Bible said, do not go beyond which is written. So when government punishes people because they ain't paid the tax, they go on beyond what is written in the Bible.
But back then, people used to have heavy fines. They had to work hard in the salt mines, etc., etc. So they had punishment. I don't understand
that. Yeah, but that was going beyond the Bible. That was contrary to the Bible.
So then, why did Peter then went out to fish?
Taxes is not new.
Why did Peter and company went out to fish? Wasn't that to pay their taxes?
If it wasn't, well, I guess it would include it.
But Greg,
what are you doing to us this morning?
So,
man?
Do you think? Let me ask you a question, please. If you had the choice to pay or not pay taxes, would you pay? Because if I had a choice, I'm not so certain I'll pay, and what I pay won't be really anything substantial. So it would be okay for me to pay taxes as I see how I feel.
Well, yeah.
And how many people on the earth, and this face of the earth, would really say, okay, Since I could do that, no, I'm not going to pay taxes. I'm going to buy a new pair of shoes for my daughter. I'm going to buy an extra textbook or
Nobody
something.
can pay the taxes.
Again, you all are walking by sight and not by faith. I walk by faith in what the Bible said. The Bible said, once you do things God's way, He's going to bless you. The Bible shows us when God told Moses and David to build the tabernacle and the temple and so. The Bible also tells us God put it in the people's heart to give, and that they gave so much, that they gave even too much. And they had to stop the people. So I walk by faith and not by sight, believing that you do things God's way, He's going to take care of you in His own way. And I have no issue with that. All I am saying is that, yes, the Bible says pay taxes to whom taxes are due, but the Bible does not instruct the government that those who aim pay taxes, this is what to do to them. Like the church as well, the Bible says give to the church, but it didn't instruct the church that people who don't give, what to do to them. No.
But the church don't do nothing to people who don't give, from my knowledge.
They don't backbench them?
No, backbench was for fornication and them things, not them.
But Greg, we'll have to leave it there though, Greg.
Yeah, because the churches don't do it, because if they're doing things that will be going beyond the Bible. And likewise, when government do things that are not in the Bible, they're going beyond it, punishing people where the Bible did not give them authority to punish people.
Okay, Greg, we have to leave it there though. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We have to go to a break. Tense here. And
folks, sorry, I wear my emotions in my face, and Greg is just not getting me this morning. So, yeah, if you see my face look funny, no, don't think anything of it. It's just that I don't understand what is going on today. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Blue Tag Special.
Running May 28th to June 10th.
IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, just $2.99. Juicy Juice, $13.99. Langus Cranberry Juice Cocktails, $11.99. Lay's Stack Chips, $8.99. Country Crock Margarine, $11.99. And Culinary Circle Pizza, just $24.99. And now,
our value deals. Essential Everyday Cornflakes, $9.99. Nabisco Chips Ahoy Cookies, $17.99. Almond Deodorant, $8.99. The Colgate Toothpaste, $6.99. Essential Everyday Salad Dressing, $10.99. Essential Everyday Peanuts, $8.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
The new Vita Malt bottle is here, and it's returnable. So don't throw it away, bring it back for cash. Return your empties to your local Carib Brewery Depot and distribution trucks in St. Kitts and Nevis. Vita Malt. Enjoy it. Return it. Let's keep St. Kitts and Nevis clean.
What are you doing? She said, drink a root boy, I will do the work. Drink a root boy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, cause when we out and we active, living we life. So when we drinking. Root boy. So when we drinking. Root boy. Oh, Miss Lady, anyway you see we are we building up our vibes. So when we drinking. Root boy. So when we drinking. Root boy. Why?
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure. You're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hosford's.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building depot. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building depot.
People of St. Kitts and Nevis, check out the Fresh Anointing Revival Services with Prophet Evans Burning, June 7th to the 12th at the Kuno Conference Center, hosted by Divine Proofs International Center Ministries. On Sunday, 4 p.m., Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. daily. For more information, call 664-1694. So join Prophet Evans Burning for Fresh Anointing Revival Services, June 7th to the 12th at the Kuno Conference Center. Don't miss your blessing. Don't miss your fresh anointing.
My faith knew my heart is wrong.
And we're back on Island T, just about 32 minutes after the hour of 9. And I just wanted to read Google, and it said, if no one paid taxes, society would face an immediate economic and societal collapse. Essential services like public safety, healthcare, roads, and education would shut down. The government would go bankrupt, leading to soaring interest rates, hyperinflation, and a total breakdown of law and order. So I know.
Hello?
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Morning again. Now, listening to Greg, right, I am wondering, since Greg, with how hard things is, and he wants taxation, he wants tax to be voluntarily given. I'm wondering if he see the plight of the government and the country, if when he pay property tax, if he have any, if he'd have put in a little extra.
Yeah. Or since it's voluntary?
Since he wants it to be, he wants tax to be voluntary. So I'm wondering if he'd have voluntarily pay some extra tax.
Oh boy.
And he like to talk about the Bible way. The Bible also talk about a tenth paying your tithe.
Mm-hmm.
He don't go to church, so who do he pay his tenth to?
Himself.
I'm wondering, because the Bible way just can't be a one-way thing. You just can't want to go buy something and not the other.
Yeah,
but Cleo, if today we have to pay tax, it's legal, documented, a law, whatever. We have to pay our taxes, land tax, house tax, whatever tax, and some of us don't, and it is law, and some of us don't. So what do you think is going to happen if it's voluntary?
Nobody paying nothing.
But would you volunteer to go give away your money?
Of course
exactly. Not. Exactly. Unless you're not thinking right.
I'm going to buy an extra bicycle for my son or my grandchild or something.
Exactly. Nobody going to voluntarily pay tax. I wouldn't.
Greg would.
Sorry. Not with the...
Greg ain't going to pay no tax?
Greg wouldn't either because
Greg
like
would not pay any tax. Here we say it should be voluntary. So who will volunteer the money? Not even the rich.
It's voluntary.
Exactly.
He's doing a little extra then. Because there's a need, right?
Exactly. We ain't going to have nothing. And then the private, since you like everything to be private, Cleo, then people can charge us all the money that they feel we have because we don't pay taxes.
Because we don't have price control either.
Right.
You know, right?
Because look, it's just like the bread. Some people carry the bread to $3, and then the government come out and say, no, the bread supposed is $2. Government, you say you can raise the bread. So now if the government let everybody decide, you can raise up things as high as you want. Remember, the bread gone from $3. The bread is shrinking. The bread smaller than the dollar bread we used to buy way back when.
That's true.
The bread shrinking, but the price is going up. So I mean, what is good? Sometimes Greg does say some stuff that'll blow my mind. You hear?
He have me shaking my head here, making faces and all. Because I'm thinking, what? No.
I would like to see Greg as a leader of his own country, how that country will make out. With his thinking.
The Lord should give him a chance really to be in charge for
no
real.
Taxes, voluntary taxes.
I'm going to see when the country look like garbage what he going to do. Because no road go
Okay,
fix, the hospital going to be run down. Oh my God.
Everything going to collapse.
Boy,
he and his head, he'll pull them out, he'll be bald.
You'll be growing a day.
But
Greg, Greg, no.
I admire Greg for his consistency. And he believes in something and he fights to the end for it. And a lot of us should be really like that, rather than keep our mouth shut. But Greg is going to let you know, and he may be in the minority. And minority doesn't necessarily mean wrong, eh?
Reality is reality, though.
Exactly.
Reality.
Okay.
We have to face reality, and we have to use some wisdom, because not collecting taxes means we're going to be up to the streets.
Exactly. We got to be wise. That's why Solomon, when Solomon prayed, did he pray for riches? No, he prayed
wisdom.
He prayed way to help the people. He prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Exactly.
So he can guide and lead the people.
No. And I'm sure Solomon had tax in his place too. Because then had things that they needed to do. I don't understand. Imagine the Jesus, the good Jesus. And I says, give unto whomever is whatever is due. He didn't discourage nobody. Exactly.
So because remember, Jesus is the one who tells Peter, go fish.
Exactly.
Go out and you're going to catch the fish. Open his mouth.
And the money in the air.
Money.
Exactly. But now Greg wants to tell us that ain't how things go. It should be voluntary. Oh my gosh, y'all.
But wasn't there something in the Bible as well about Jesus and a tax collector? Didn't he have some engagement with a tax collector
that
or
was
something?
Nicodemus up in the tree.
Okay. Was Nicodemus was the tax collector and he invited him home by him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me don't understand the boy. Greg in.
You have to pay your tax.
You have to.
Otherwise, the country gonna fall apart.
Of course. No schools, no roads, no hospitals.
We would have a mess. Nothing. Infrastructure gonna collapse.
And we already have water rationing. Suppose we didn't have things to do, whatever, build up water and dig wells and so, we won't have any water.
Exactly, but and I know Greg talk about faith. Yes, faith is important, but the Bible also says faith without work is dead.
Indeed.
Zacchaeus was the tax man. Just to correct, it's not Nicodemus, it's Zacchaeus.
You're gonna die.
You heard?
Zacchaeus
was the tax collector. Yeah, that was in the tree. It wasn't Nicodemus. We're mixing it up. So just let me clarify. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yes, indeed.
Guys, I hope you're voluntarily giving the government of St. Kitts because they need the help. There's a need, please, to give them the extra money that you have to throw away.
Exactly. And look, Matthew was a tax collector too before he became one of Jesus' disciples. What? Listen to me. I can't with
this. It sounds like you should be a preacher.
No, not at all. But man, he gotta come better than that, man.
There was quite a few tax collectors. Taxes was a
thing, exactly. But he's saying the Bible didn't say that, so it shouldn't be.
All right, Cleo, thanks a lot. Have a good day and continue to listen.
I'm listening to Greg. Where you pay your tent.
Okay, Cleo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cleo. All right, so we lost that caller. Caller, you can always call back. And we see the police are quite busy in Trinidad, though, and this is from CNC3, Television TNT. 7 murders in 12 hours that keeps the cops busy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's 7 in 12 hours, not even... Yeah. Oh, boy, that is rough. Some people in countries don't have... I remember the day when we didn't have 7 murders in a year. Going back to 93, when was it? We had at one point we had 5 murders, and that was a big story here in St. Kitts. 5 murders? We were odd. And I don't know. That was way back when. At one point, I think we reached like 30 to 36 in a year or something like that, and everybody started picking out here, and we're down. And then these gun situation, I don't know. I believe when judges for these repetitive crimes, drugs, and guns, the judges and the magistrates supposed to give the full penalty in the law.
Which is what? Life in prison without the possibility of parole?
If that is the thing for drugs, fine. Guns, because look at just last week, was it? When you had these two guys shooting and the bystanders, who I thought were very, very brave. I ain't really going to tackle nobody with no gun cartels.
And that's the thing, I don't think he had one. That's what I told you. I don't think, I keep telling people I don't think he had one. I don't think, unless they disarmed him, this is me. I don't know, but I don't think he had one. And over in Barbados too, they almost have approximately 19 to 23 homicides already for the year. And they said this is driven largely by an uptick in gang-related gun violence concentrated in the St. Michael and Christchurch parishes. Up to last night, a man was shot and killed and 3 others were injured following a late-night altercation in 3rd Avenue, Chapman Lane, St. Michael's.
Wow, that's rough. But because I see on the brighter side and the lighter side, next month is July Mango Festival over in Nevis.
And this month is Child Month, don't forget that.
And not only that, music festival.
Yeah.
As well. And I've never been to a mango festival. Every year I say I'm going to go.
Okay, well, I hope you're going to enjoy. I've been to one.
And we need to have somebody on to explain to us the 40-something different types of mangoes they have in Nevis. I only know about 7 types of mango, if so much overall. Red balls, rosy cheek, round ball, sour bat, grafted, and some kind of mango. Nevis mango. As growing up, everything was Nevis mango. Whether it's Polly, whatever, and so that's 5.
So mangoes originated in Nevis?
No, I don't think so. But it's just that they have this Nevis mango and the various types of mango, 40-something.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yes, it's me again. I'm sorry to call back so quickly. But let me say something quickly. Now if anybody, including Cleo or Yoka Tensia Biff, could show me a church in saying that is obedient to the Bible and faithful to the Bible, then I would give to it.
Jesus will get you, Greg.
I'm not giving any disobedient church.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I'm not giving to no church with got women preachers and in this falling down thing and
Greg, you live in the wee back years. You need to come forward, bro.
And
I gotta use Burl phrase. You gotta come forward.
I need to stay in the Bible.
Oh, you need to stay in the Bible?
I need to stay in the Bible.
Okay, because I hope you know we have an old and a new. It's obvious the Lord wanted us to move on.
I need to stay in the Bible, not come forward in the modern ways.
But he said, don't forsake yourself from gathering with others like you. You see, we as human beings, we like to judge each other. All of us are guilty of it. Me, you, and everybody else that do it on a daily, right? Because none of us are not guilty of any of that. But when you're going to forsake yourself from the gathering because you think you're better than the rest of us, Jesus will get you, not me.
But the gathering, he wasn't talking about churches that were disobedient and unfaithful to the Bible. As a matter of fact,
but you want to say all the churches, but we are human beings, Greg. We will err in our ways. So you're going to look at everybody and blanket everybody and say, all of we no good. So you ain't going and hang out with none of you. You're going to stay home and be holier than thou by yourself.
Until when I come across a church that is serious with the Bible.
Okay, well, Jesus is going to come and you may never come across a church like that. So you and Jesus going to deal. I ain't going to be a judge of you. You do what you wish to do, bro.
So, Greg, are you saying because you're not going to church because they're not
getting
the
money?
Bible, are you therefore suggesting that there aren't any other Christians in St. Kitts?
No, I'm not suggesting that. But what I'm saying, what we are calling churches is really social clubs.
What?
Really social
clubs.
What
in your view is a church?
A church, in my view, is people who preach the word of God accurately and faithful to the Bible. People who apply, churches that apply biblical discipline to sin, which they don't. They have abandoned for money and that sort of stuff. And God in Revelation chapters 1 to chapter 3 tell He's going to destroy these churches. God said He's displeased with the church. He's going to spew them out His mouth because He's displeased with them and He's going to destroy them. And we still have them. We have these churches here think it's like those in the Bible God say in Revelation He's going to destroy.
But Greg, who says what your interpretation of the Bible is the correct interpretation?
Well,
who says what you are saying is the truth and what the churches are preaching is not the truth? Who is the judge?
All I could tell people, check out what I say, check out what they say, and know the Bible for yourself and compare what we say to the Bible. And if once you're honest with the Holy Spirit will show you, and you have the Holy Spirit in you, the Holy Spirit will show you who is in line with the Bible and who ain't in line. That's the best I could say.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
But quickly, I would like you all also to tell me, because I see in the Bible where rape and so on, God recommend punishment for them because He considered them to be crimes among men. Show me where in the Bible the punishment for not paying taxes. And I would admit that's wrong. Because once you could show me a punishment that God attached to it, then obviously God intended it to be a crime and for government to punish such. So show me such in the Bible, and I would say, okay, I was wrong.
Okay.
But until then, I can't. It is plain that taxes are voluntary. Okay,
Greg. Thanks a lot for your view, Greg.
Thank you then.
And have a wonderful day. And I often say, Cartensia, come Judgment Day, those who you expect to see on side A will be on side B, and those you'll expect to see on side B will be on side A, whatever side A is and whatever side B is. And who am I and who are you to actually judge?
Exactly. That's why I'm just going to leave Greg up to
course,
Jesus, not me. Not me. So
I
it's
am not
obviously,
qualified.
Cleo, you got your answer right there. No 10% going to nobody because nobody deserve it. And if no taxes were paid, I wanted to see how Greg would have get his pension. Greg?
Of course, I agree with Greg.
And if no taxes was paid because you, Greg, used to work for the government, I wanted to see how you would have get a salary.
I agree with some parts of what Greg is saying. You look at some churches, Cleo, and you wonder about their doctrines and you wonder about the philosophies. You have pastors.
See, there we go judging again.
No,
each his own. Let Jesus be the judge.
In relationship with their members.
Wrong is wrong, but let Jesus be the
Married
judge.
pastors in relationship with their members.
Let Jesus be the judge.
Married pastors breaking up marriages. According to what we say colloquially, they with wives, other people, wives and things like that. And you have these sort of things happening. So, of course, these will bring churches into disrepute, but it doesn't mean that everybody, you're paying all the churches with the same thing. What I have a problem with the churches is the difference in philosophies. Eating pork and not eating pork, and some churches celebrate birthdays.
Because the Bible clearly said, for those who don't eat, I guess they're following that portion of the Bible. They're not following the go forward portion of the Bible.
Blessed.
So yeah, blessed and eat it.
Some churches celebrate birthdays, some churches don't. Some churches celebrate Christmas. Others don't
because they are not sure when Jesus was born, so they don't want to celebrate a pagan thing.
Some observe the Sabbath on Saturday, some observe the Sabbath on Sundays. And with these differences, I don't know. But because we have two callers, two callers, Cartens. Let's take the first one.
Caller, go. Excuse me?
We actually lost both of them, and but I am not qualified. I always say, Cartens here, I believe if priests in Catholic could have get married, I would have been a Catholic priest.
Catholic priests can't
get married, girl.
Why not?
No, girl.
Who says?
Somebody somewhere. You can't. Anglican and Methodist and evangelical churches and so they couldn't get married.
Oh, but not the Catholics.
Not the Catholic, and that is why perhaps they have so many allegations about relationships between priests and I won't go there. Let's take this call, Cartensia.
Caller, okay, we lost that caller again.
Please do call back, Cartensia. And music festival, Boys to Ben, and other big names. You remember the days when the music festival were 4 nights, Cartensia, including the Sunday night, which was a gospel night?
The gospel night, yes.
Another call here.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, Vas. How are you, sir?
A cool king. Blessed love. Catencia.
Hi.
Blessed rising.
Thank you. Same to you.
I have a question for you. In the New Testament, right? In the last book of Revelation, it says, "You must come out of my people."
Yeah.
What is the Bible referring to? Who is the people must come out of what? What it is?
From my interpretation, this is my interpretation, so if you're gonna choose to serve God, you can't live amongst the people who don't serve God. This is like when Lot and his family were told to come out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. That's how I see it as. So if I'm gonna choose to live to Jesus, there's certain things I shouldn't do. So I'm not going to call out any activities because to each his own. As I said, I don't want to be the judge of persons and people. But if I'm going to live for Jesus, then my life should reflect that. I should talk like that. I should walk like that. I
Live
should
like that.
I should treat people in that sense. So come out from amongst indifferent people because nobody is bad. We just need to make the right choices.
Amen. I asked you a question because of what you said earlier. You said, I think you were talking to Greg. And you were telling him that Satan is the God of this world.
Right now, yeah. The Lord just protecting those of us who are following him. He created it, but he's not in charge of it, kind sir.
So, when he says people, is the people that must check for God. He's telling them must come out from among them.
He wished that all of us would, but yes, the ones that are following him, clear instructions are, you can't be like them if you, in my head, if you want them to change and become like you have to show them that there's a better way. That's my interpretation.
Live by example.
Okay. Now, in the same book, it talks about taking a mark. And without this mark, you can't buy in a sell.
Yes.
Right? And we see now today, today, in reality,
yes,
no more in the Bible, we see this digital ID being implemented, implemented by governments worldwide, right? I mean, UK said the government can be implementing it. That's what the king said.
Yeah.
Right? And in our own country, it's also being mentioned here. You know what I mean? EID is the same digital ID.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what do you take on all of that? Is it the same thing as we say in Revelation chapter 13 that they can cause you to take this mark? I mean, like, we see all of that fitting into.
You mean?
Obedient to God and all of this.
Well, if we claim to be godly and following the words of God, I guess for those of us, we won't take it. Let me not put the word guess in there. So I'm taking a word out. We won't take it. We'll just not eat. We'll just wither away and die. Or the little that we secured before all of this, we just use it until it's our time to go. Because it makes no sense, because from movies and all those things that they show us, when this apocalyptic time comes, it just looks crazy. Because we see people fighting for food, even though they have the mark.
Catencia, telling me that if we do not take the mark,
then we can
starve.
Yeah, but we can't buy ourselves. What we gonna do?
Well, I gotta tell you something. I look around and I look at all the animals, which is supposed to be below man, right? And none of them gonna mark. Every day they eat.
They survive, yeah. But
they live. If we are above the animals, right? Why should we starve?
Yeah, but remember, these people gonna want to be in control of everything, caller. So they might blockade everything and prevent us from having, we might try to plant, we might try to do this, and they might come and poison with things and do us all kind of things.
This milk, dear country. Now, if the people and give you things, right? They're in charge of the things, their things, right? What's wrong if you give yourself things?
But you see how it is sometimes, it's a fight down, because some people believe that
No,
you should.
Me talking on an individual level in the sense that, you know what I mean? Because I'm saying, okay, today we live in a system where we get things from the system. And these things were supplied by people. Right? And these people is who tell us everything. What to do, what not to do, what tax to pay, what not tax to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there are people like you and me, other different kind of people. And so what I'm saying is this, like when Greg said that with the tax story, right? You see, all of these things, if he's a part of that system, right? If he's a part of that system, and, wherever you use it, put the tax, you have to pay the tax. So that's what Chris was talking, but you don't have to always be a part of that system. As human beings, they create the system. As human beings, we also could create a system. See? My question is why are we not doing that? Rastafari, for me, is like the beginning of the creation of a new system. Right? And one that set to really like put the correct value on humanity, you know what I mean? In creation, not just that as a cog in a machinery, you know what I mean? So that's all we do. We get up, we go walk, go back home, we sleep. Next day we do the same thing. Until, and we do all of that because we are being paid to do it. You understand?
Carla, you'll have to wrap now. The show is about to end. We have less than a minute.
We're blessed enough, man. They always good for a party, you know what I mean?
Yes, we appreciate that. And you made some food for thought. We appreciate that. Thanks for listening and thanks for calling and sharing your view. We appreciate it.
All right.
Very interesting day today.
Yep.
Cartencia. And there's some topics we didn't reach anywhere close to putting out. In Mexico, for example, for the World Cup, they have some dogs, RoboCop dogs, from my understanding. They're going to be assisting with the security. In Mexico, they killed a drug cartel leader sometime there a few weeks ago, and there have been riots, and the cartel is not taking it too kindly. They're fighting back, retaliating, and I don't know, RoboCops, dogs, security, facial recognition, and all kind of thing. There's a full AI movie. People who look at it and didn't realize it was an AI movie in its entirety. A lot of things happening out there in the world that we take for granted we're not aware of, and that's the purpose of the show, to bring news items to the people that they may not be aware of and have them weigh in on things, these sort of things. But we're out of time. Short 2 hours went down, poof, just like that.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Exactly. And I couldn't help but note, and it wasn't planned, that both of us are in white today.
Oh, no, I'm in cream.
Oh, you're cream? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, it looks like white to me. Maybe I have to get my colors checked.
Remember, I already told you, no pun intended to the gentleman, y'all don't know colors. Yeah.
Yes, that's true, because I saw a lady wearing a dress yesterday. I thought it was a brown dress. She telling me, no, it is rust.
It's rust, yes.
It's not brown, it's rust.
Rust. Get it together. They're varying shades of brown. Yeah, so lady, thanks for telling him that it's rust.
And before we end the Cartencia, I think it's only fair that I let the public know that you've been holding out a little on us. You've been in your little quiet corner. Your birthday went by sometime a few days ago, and we didn't have the opportunity to wish you happy birthday, so I'm going to take the time now, Cartencia,
but it's
to wish
gone.
you happy belated birthday.
Oh,
and when people get children and sometime months and so we do congratulate them things, so happy belated birthday, Cartencia. You've chalked up a lot of century, and another century a lot of persons didn't reach there. And talking about century, West Indies lost to Sri Lanka last night.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it.
ODI, and
I'm hurt.
Ireland beat West Indies female as well. They have some tri-nation matches. But it was an interesting program as usual, and in case you want to you could always tune in again. Well, tomorrow, Friday, we're having that. We're also having.
They can rewatch on
Master.
YouTube.
Yes.
And then tune in tomorrow. Yep.
And I always say, if you want to give any comments, and we had a couple of comments I would like to share with the public, and from persons who are watching and sending their views. And you could send your views to me, 668-2055. Some persons are like me, shy. They don't want to talk. And I tell people I'm shy. Nobody believe me, really. you had the look on your face like, yeah, right. But Hortensia, when you got to go, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. So thank you for listening from wherever you are listening. We are grateful that you tuned in today. Thanks for those who made comments. Have yourselves a good Thursday and see you tomorrow, Friday, God spare.
Yes, and be careful when you're driving, and always be positive in your thoughts, your words, your action. Have a pleasant day and continue to listen to WinFM 98.9 for more in top-class broadcasting.
Found the sound 98.9.